Did you know that there are games that are still popping on Roblox right now that have been out for over 10 years? Some reaching 20 years that are still averaging 100,000 players a day. Y'all may not believe this, but when you go to top trending, you'll see games on this page that have been here for literally years, like over 10 plus years. Murder Mystery 2. All right, let's see when did this come out. 2014. This came out 12 years ago, and it's still averaging over 100,000 players. But let's just say that that's not the only game on Roblox that's averaging high amounts of players and that will literally never die. Because every year there are millions of games being printed on Roblox, yet these games that we are looking at just won't die no matter what. So if you're new here, subscribe to join the Supreme team and let's get into it. Basically, this guy who goes by the name of YZimmy, he made a video saying 7 Roblox games that won't die. He basically explained why there's games that still pop on Roblox after like 10 plus years. So if you're new here, subscribe to him also, but let's watch it.
Every year on Roblox, there are dozens of new super popular games that amass millions of players. But time passes, and step by step, all these seemingly immortal games end up forgotten. But there are a few exceptions. And in this video, we're gonna check out 7 Roblox games that are so iconic that they're still...
Yo, can y'all guess every one of these games? Okay, that's Murder Mystery 2. That one looks like Tower of Hell. This one looks like Beast Swarm Simulator. This one looks like Brookhaven. This one, wait, these both look like Beast Swarm Simulator. Okay, wait, is that crazy that I'm able to tell? Okay, that's Natural Disaster Survival. I don't know what that is. That looks like Beast Swarm Simulator, also Brookhaven.
Roblox games that are so iconic that they're still popular. And we're gonna figure out through their stories how games published over 10
work at a pizza place. Okay.
years ago still pull in just as many players, even though they barely get updates. And we'll start right away with one of Roblox's oldest games, but also one of the most famous, Natural Disaster Survival. The goal is to survive random natural disasters on random maps, and that's it. But to understand why this game that seems so simple is actually a work of art, we need to go back 18 years. It's 2011. Roblox is still a very small game, and the platform's biggest titles only have a few hundred players. And among all these games, there's a theme that pops up a lot, which was to survive disasters, and they were all quite popular. But all those games have a big issue. But there's a player who gets it perfectly. It's Stickmaster Luke.
All these games look great, but it's always the same disaster on every game.
So Stickmaster Luke starts working on the first natural disaster game on Roblox, where the disasters and maps change every round. It's risky, because it's different from what people know from Roblox. But he does it anyway, and just a few weeks later, the first version is ready to be released. The game is published, and has currently 8 maps and 6 natural disasters. But one thing's for sure, when the game drops, it's an instant hit. It hits 1 million visits in a month.
Bro, I don't think y'all understand. That is actually crazy. You know, like being a game developer back in like 2011 and so is equivalent to investing $1 million into Bitcoin when it was at less than $1,000 basically. Natural Disaster Survival has been out for that long, and bro is just still counting them checks every month. How much players is it averaging? Okay, wait, that's actually starting to make me upset, bro. How, bro, he's just set for life, bro. Bro, 10,000 players? That's still good. Like, bro, the game came out in 2008. It came out in 2008 and it's still averaging 10,000 players at 10 p.m. Still good. That game just can't die, bro.
And after a year, it hits 10 million. The game was so popular that Roblox made a mobile-only version just for natural disasters, because back then, Roblox didn't exist as an app. So, one thing is clear. This game is a massive success. But despite all of this success, there's something off. Normally, when a game blows up, its creator pumps out updates to keep the popularity going. But Stickmaster Luke doesn't update the game at all, and it just continues to grow. The most obvious reason seems to be that at the time, Stickmaster Luke wasn't just a normal player. He was a Roblox employee at 18 years old. So you can imagine that he's busy working.
Roblox employee at 18? I don't even think Roblox will hire anyone at the age of 18 now. Like, they would probably get a job as like an intern, but an employee, nah, that's not even, I highly doubt it.
And doesn't have time to update his game. But that's not the case at all. And it's this small detail that makes natural disasters iconic years later. Stickmaster Luke knows fully well that his game does not need updates. No currency, no shop, no economy. Just disasters. Stickmaster Luke knows exactly why his game is so popular. Its simplicity makes it super easy for anyone to pick up and play. And over the years, a few new maps and disasters disasters get added, but it just stays simple. To this day, the game still holds over 15,000 active players.
That's insane.
It's definitely one of Roblox's most iconic games. But it's not the only game on the list with loyal players, because now we're going to be talking about a game that recently came back. In 2014, a Roblox game called Prison Life popped.
Oh my gosh, he just showed the plaza. Oh my, yo, this guy knows ball. Yo, what the heck? That just brought back memories. Who is this guy? What? Huh? He just started? Whoa, this guy knows ball, the plaza. Yo, nah, I haven't even, oh my gosh, I haven't seen that game in so, bro, that used to be my favorite game on Roblox. Nah, what? 326? Yo, what the heck? This is so weird because it actually used to be my favorite game. Yo, wait, why does that say Phantom, but then it's Prison Life right there? It's supposed to be Phantom Forces. Dead Winter Life. Yo, nah, this is the game. No one plays this game anymore, bro. Oh my gosh, this just brought back memories like crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Yo, oh my, bro, this used to seem like, bro, back then, this used to be like the most craziest thing ever, like the craziest game on Roblox to me. Yo, y'all have no idea. Bro, what the heck? Now it's a ghost town. Dang, this, yo, what? all right, let me stop geeking out. Let's continue watching.
Up with a new concept. When you join, you choose between prisoner or cop. You decide to click on prisoner, and now you're in a prison. But this prison is ultra secure, and every hour you have to do something. And if you refuse, heavily armed guards get to shoot you, and the prison's surrounded by a massive wall. And to open all the doors leading to the exit, you need a key card that only the cops have. There's many ways to escape, but they're not easy. So pretty much the whole game happens inside the prison. The game is super fun, so upon release, it became one of Roblox's most famous games. It stayed that way until 2016, because that's when Prison Life starts losing players to another prison in a whole different game. Because Prison Life was so popular back then, other developers started to see the potential, and many copies started popping up. One of those copies being Redwood Prison, which stole a lot.
Redwood Prison, it did good, but it didn't perform that well. Right.
Out of Prison Life's players. But the worst hits in 2017 when Jailbreak launches. It was basically like Prison Life, but far more polished and had a real economy. Jailbreak keeps getting updates, making the game more and more advanced. And in 2018, while Jailbreak hits over 35,000 active players, Prison Life just kept on losing players, falling under 10,000 active players. And Prison Life just had way too many cheaters.
Wait, how much people play Prison Life now? Yo, I'm not gonna lie, every game he goes over, I'm gonna have to look at it. 8,000? That's really good. What the heck? That's still really good. It's pulling almost the same numbers as Jailbreak. That's really good. Am I tripping? That's really good.
And it stays that way until November 2025. Out of nowhere, the Prison Life developer drops an update. It contains game passes and some patches. Even though it's a small update, the player count explodes. And right now, Prison Life has twice as many players as Jailbreak. And that even though the game hasn't really changed. And the reason for this crazy comeback is that originally, Prison Life lost its players to a better version, which is Jailbreak. But over time, Jailbreak got so many updates and became so detailed that it doesn't even feel like Prison Life anymore. And many people just preferred the simple stuff. Speaking about simple things, we're now going to be talking about a game that in its early days was extremely simple. Its first version released in 2007. The creator of Work at a Pizza Place is Dude 1, and when he made the first version in 2007, he was 15. Originally, it was called Work at the Krusty Krab, inspired by SpongeBob, but it's the same idea. The game takes place in a pizzeria. There's different jobs you can do to earn money and keep the restaurant going. And for the first time on this list, Work at the Pizza Place is a game that's a bit more complex. It actually features an economy, and it has a lot of attention to detail. So in 2009, Work at the Krusty Krab, now renamed to Work at the Pizza Place, went public. The game blows up quickly and hits 1 million visits in 2009.
Okay, hold on. All right, look, I was playing this when I was very young. Also, I did not play it to work at a pizza place. I played it for the Roblox girls. All right. When I was younger, I would say around like around like 15. 15. All right, I'm not gonna lie, 15. I was an online dater on Roblox, and yes, that's exactly what happened, bro. I did not do Look. I wasn't trying to toss no pizza. All right. Let's just be honest. That's really not what I was trying to do back then. Anyways, let me see work at a pizza place. Let me see how much it's at right now. Because this is definitely a timeless game. But the fact that it's like, bro, what? It's still pulling 6,000 players. That's really good. Yo, why has everyone recently updated it on this month, actually? Everyone recently, like every game that we looked at, they've all recently updated their game this month. That's so weird.
Dude 1 adds updates. He improves the map, adds badges, and a shop where players can spend their cash. It was quite innovative for Roblox in 2009. He makes more updates, adding a house building system so players can get creative in their homes. The people loved it, slowly but surely pushing up work at a pizza place while players come together and have fun. But while the game was doing great for years, and the game being this chill spot, this map becomes the birthplace of a character that marked Roblox forever.
Cool kid.
It's August 2015. While the cooks are doing their job, the cashiers are taking orders, and the delivery people just driving, suddenly the map explodes, the buildings collapse, and the ground starts to shake. On the few remaining rows...
Yo, who the heck is this guy? Like, this guy is... Like, this guy? Yo, Zimmy? It's a really good video. This is like a really good video. Like, bro is narrating real... What the heck?
Here's everywhere. It's a red avatar saying, Team Cool Kid, join today. This hacker is the very first and by far the most famous on Roblox. He's named Cool Kid and has hacked many other popular games. And to this day, he's a hacker that the Roblox community loves to talk about. Even though in reality, he caused more fear than actual harm. Because work at a pizza place just got right back up after the incident with no lasting damage. And from 2015 to 2020, the game gets plenty of updates, growing its player base even more. And it even won a Bloxy Award, which is a trophy that the best Roblox games in each category get every year. And work at a pizza place won 3 in total. In 2020, when work at a pizza place is doing better than ever, suddenly updates stopped abruptly, with no word from Dude 1. So some players even started wondering if he's dead, since the game has been getting updates actively, and there would be no reason for Dude 1 to just vanish. However, while everyone was still playing work at the pizza place, Dude 1 drops a new game called Survive the Killer, which also became a massive hit. Actually, Dude 1 got a bit tired from working on the same game for over 10 years, so he used the lockdown with everyone stuck at home to try something completely new, which turned out amazing. And from 2021 to now, work at the pizza place got a few more updates.
Wait, he made another game and it hit? Yo, tell me bro got motion. Yo, bro got Survive. Oh, he be playing Overkill? No, Overkill is definitely one of my top games. I could guarantee I'd beat him in it. Wait, Survive the Killer though. Hold on, let me see. Survive the Killer. 6,000. That's still really good though. 2.5 billion? Oh, my boy a hit maker, yo. He just updated this game too recently. My boy is a hit maker. What the heck?
But at a slow pace. But it does show us that Dude 1 is still passionate about his game, because even after 15 years after he launched the game, he updates it, even though being rich. And what's interesting about this game, you surely noticed that in comparison to other games, this one is far more complete and got recent updates. So how does it still have players to this day? Well, even if the game is more detailed, it's easy to understand for players who never played that game before. And by the way, work at the pizza place was the first ever Roblox game I played, and even though I didn't really know what to do.
Hold on, bro. How long this guy been on Roblox? Yazimi? How long you been on Roblox, bro? Because you know ball with this stuff, bro. Like, bro, actually, yo, he know a lot. I ain't gonna lie. How long he been on here, man? Yo, my boy are these real work clock headphones and shades? Oh, those are real. Oh, the work clock shades. Oh, he know ball. Brother has been out. Oh, that just made me real mad, bro. Bro, you created that account in 2020. You don't know ball, bro. Man, you... Oh man, don't make me mad, bro. You just made me real mad.
Yes, this
me
was the first ever Roblox game I played.
That gotta be a brand new account. Like your previous, you must have had a previous account that got termed or something.
And even though I didn't really know what to do with the earned money, understanding how to work was enough for me. So ultimately, this game is just perfectly playable by everyone, even to this day. So it deserves this place on this list. And now we're moving on to the next game, which is also a Roblox icon. The game I'm going to talk about is more recent than the other.
That's the thing about this game though, bro. Beaststorm Simulator, I don't know. I could never really get into the game, to be honest. I know I've tried it once. Like literally, I've only played it once in my life. I could never really get into this game. Like, and my thing is, I don't know why people like it so much. 74,000 people playing it? That is insane. And the thing about this game is also, I believe from what I've seen or what I was told is that the Beast Swarm Simulator community is probably like the nicest community out of all other gaming like communities on Roblox or something like that. From what I was told or something. I don't know. But like I've just never played the game. But like I've only played it once. I just could never get into it.
It launched in 2018 and it's one of the first in its genre to shape modern Roblox, which wasn't necessarily for the better. Up to now, most games on Roblox had no economy. Most players simply played for fun, and it stayed that way for years. But one player understands that something is missing. People shouldn't just play for fun. There needed to be a motivation, a progression loop. To put it simply, by playing, players can earn currency that allows them to upgrade to earn even more money, which allows them to upgrade more, and so on. Onett, the creator of this game, implements this mechanic in his game Bee Swarm Simulator. In this game, you hatch eggs by paying with honey to then get better and better bees. They help you collect pollen, which you can use to make more honey, and it loops. And with this logic, Onett launches Bee Swarm Simulator, and it was an instant success. Even though the core is simple, the upgrade possibilities are endless, and that's what hooked players. But in all honesty, this mechanic has a huge problem. It's extremely addictive, and even though it's addictive, the game isn't all that bad. Its monetization isn't that aggressive, so tons of people just play for hours, and that's how it goes for years. And generally, most Roblox players really love this game, and you can't deny that the game is very well designed, so it definitely deserves its success. Its formula works so great that other developers get inspired. They take note of the potential simulators have now, and now there's a lot of these simulators with the exact same loop. From 2019 to 2023, simulators became super popular.
Oh my gosh, bro, I remember that. Dude, it felt as if simulators was always gonna stay. Like, you see how everyone's been complaining about the brain rot era? If only y'all were there for the simulator era. Like, it was just annoying. Every game that popped off was a simulator, and you were stuck in a trap. I will say the brain rot era is way worse, but like, hey, don't forget the simulator era.
Players, but those games often use a monetization far more aggressive. It's so bad that even kids can get gambling addicted because of this. And because of all these competitors, Bee Swarm takes a hit. And on top of that, Onett was burned out from working on the same game for 5 years. So we haven't seen a lot of updates since 2023.
What? Hold on. When was the last time you updated this game? Hold on. Bro, this month also. What the heck? Wait, what the heck? Everyone's What?
Bee Swarm Simulator remains huge, and it's one of the oldest simulators to survive until today. It still holds up over 40,000 active players, and that even with an inactive developer. And while for this game, it's quite simple to understand why it grew so popular, we will now be talking about Brookhaven. In this game, it's less obvious. There isn't as much to say, but the numbers are still huge. To this day, it's one of the most played games in the world. And it was made just by one person, which is very noticeable though. The map isn't that big, neither is it beautiful. There's not much.
Yo, bro, hating. Wait, let me see Brookhaven. How much players they be averaging right now? By Voldex. Oh, Voldex bought it. They bought Brookhaven. Oh yeah, I remember that. And they averaging 420,000 players right now.
Cars and talk. But believe it or not, this game that was made in like probably 2 weeks sold for millions of dollars. But before I tell you how, we have to understand why
it did not sell for 10 million. All right, I can almost guarantee that they sold for more than 10 million. Bro, don't make me mad with that little low number, bro. 10 mil is not big. Okay, for me, I'm not gonna lie, that is crazy. 10 mil is insane. For a lot of us here right now, if we were to get $10 million, that would be insane. But let's just go with logic. On a game like this, 10 mil, all right, bro, that's equivalent to getting scammed out of your game. Okay, all right, so basically there's this site right here that kind of shows how much these games are pulling in daily, like daily revenue and stuff like that. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna link the site and stuff like that because yeah, I'm just not going to. It's not a sponsor, so there's no reason for me to link it. However, the game Brookhaven with 509,000 players averages equivalent to 20 million Robux a day, which is about $71,000 daily. 71,000 a day. Pull out the hold on. Pull out my calculator. 71,000, that's 300, right? 71,300 times 365 days. That's $26 million a year. And that's Brookhaven. We're excluding all these other games, bro. We're excluding all these other games, which was making like a lot of crazy money. But like, just know like that's absolutely insane. Anyways, let's continue watching.
But before I tell you how, we have to understand why this game became so popular. Since the beginning of Roblox, one genre was especially loved: role-playing. Most are simple, but over time with Roblox evolving, role-play games got more advanced with economies and complex mechanics. This revolution is nice and all, but it forgets about the players who just wanna chill without overthinking or having to learn the complex mechanics. And for these people, Brookhaven is perfect. The game couldn't be any simpler. We also don't know much about Brookhaven's original developer. On Roblox, he only has 7 friends. But there's one thing we surely know. 5 years after the game's release, it got sold to the Voldex Games Group, which is a studio behind many popular games, being sold for $150 million.
Okay, now that sounds... Woohoo!
Behind many popular games, being sold for $150 million.
Hold on, Voldex. Yo, Voldex paid $150 million for this? Yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie, Voldex. I don't think we properly introduced ourselves. You know what I'm saying? How about y'all slide me 10 mil, you know what I'm saying? 10 million in outposts on Driving Empire and all these other games you guys got, all right? Because what do you mean 150 million? Oh my gosh, bro.
Dollars. A huge amount of money for that little map. So in the end, it was very profitable for that developer. Even though there wasn't much to say about this game, I still had to include it on this list. But in the next game we're going to be talking about, there's a lot more to discuss.
Dude, I hate this stupid game. That game, bro, Tower of Hell makes me so mad because it's literally like, bro, there's no way the game is still popping. I'm a hater of that game. Oh, this game makes me mad every time I play it. No, I'm joining in just so that I can dislike it. Every time I play this game, I get angry. Oh my gosh, I'm already getting angry thinking about playing it.
It starts 8 years ago, in the year of 2018. Roblox has been around for quite a while now, so to make the next big hit, you have to look back and see what worked in the early days of Roblox. And a player named UvuPixel gets it. Even though Natural Disaster Survival launched 7 years ago, that exact same formula works great in the future.
To make a hit game, you need to take a game style that's already popular, and there should be many variations across all of Roblox. Then you just mash all those variants into one random game, and boom, you get the game of the year.
So UvuPixel uses the exact same recipe as Natural Disasters, with parkour games, also called obbies. On Roblox, there are literally thousands of obbies. The only difference is the map, so it's all pretty much the same. So he just makes a game with a tower. Every floor is a different obby, and you have 8 minutes to climb the tower. And because the idea is so great, the game blows up super quickly, especially during the 2020 pandemic. And while millions play this game, only a few people have mastered it. We then see a lot of YouTubers being incredibly good at the game. This unites the community and makes the game even more popular. While the game is quite simple, there's a lot of complex mechanics and ways to go faster. For example, you have a ladder in front of you. You want to save some time, so you think of directly jumping on it and climbing. But what many players don't know is that when you jump on the ladder and turn your camera at the right angle, you do a wall hop. And that saves a lot of time. Even though it takes practice to master it, there are a lot of those movement glitches to make you faster. And the Tower of Hell pros know all of them. And they also know every stage with all of its shortcuts. And even if the maps are random, the game's content isn't in.
This is why I quit Tower of Hell, man. Too many sweats. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Yo, too many sweats, bro.
Either. And after the pandemic, a lot of YouTubers stopped posting, ending the golden age. But even if that's the case, it still has a solid community. Over the years, the player count has been steady, and you can't deny that 30,000 players is still a lot. We will now be talking about the last game in this video. It's been so popular for so long that it's by far the most impressive on this list. It all begins in 2008. At that time, Nicholas was only 11 years old.
Does anyone even know what Nicholas looks like? From what I heard, I was told he was the first Roblox developer to buy a Lamborghini. Bro's just been rich all his life. What does he look like?
It's an advertisement for a Lego-like game, which in fact is Roblox. And that's how he discovered the platform. However, just 5 years later, Nicholas released his first own game, Trucking Tycoon. It managed to get a few active players, which was impressive back then. But just 2 years later, Nicholas had an idea that would change his life and Roblox. The idea is simple. On a random map, 12 players get roles. Most of them are innocent, but one is a murderer, and his main goal is to kill all the others. But one player is a sheriff and has to shoot the murderer. It's an amazing idea, except it wasn't his idea. It comes from a Gary's mod node that's already huge, so it would definitely succeed. And it did, because in the same year, it was the most played game on Roblox, and it brought a lot of money to Nicholas. But it worked so well that a different developer
I remember that. What did he make? Mad Murderer? Lawlerous!
It's the game. A few months later, a player named Lawlerous drops The Mad Murderer. It's the same as Murder Mystery, just better. So tons of players leave Murder Mystery to play The Mad Murderer, leaving Murder Mystery completely behind. Nicholas seemed to have won, but he lost it all because someone decided to steal his idea. But Nicholas didn't stop there. After all, it was his idea. So he had to fight back and work on a new game launching December 2014. It's the legendary Murder Mystery 2. It's an upgraded Murder Mystery. Better than the original and better than The Mad Murderer. There's remade maps, weapon loot boxes, and a crafting system. So The Mad Murderer players left to play Murder Mystery 2. Annoyed, Lawlerous tries a second Mad Murderer, but it's no use. Murder Mystery 2 is already unstoppable. From there, tons of updates come out. But what makes the game so powerful is, as usual, its simplicity. It's super easy to understand and has been working for over 12 years straight. Because the game is so popular to this day, it still has thousands of active players.
Bro, the fact that it's still like on top is insane to me, bro. Bro is trying my hardest not to crash out. That is insane though.
And over 23 billion visits. Quick reminder, the game has only one owner, though he got some help from Z-League. You can find tons of his Easter eggs in the game. It's definitely a well-deserved success. Even if it wasn't his idea, he fought hard and learned that you sometimes don't have to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes you just gotta persevere through all the tough stuff. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Which one is your favorite game from this list? Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. This was Zemi. Goodbye.
This was the W video. Zemi? Yo, bro, I can't believe he only has 2,000 subs. That is actually insane. He just started and bro is insane. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about these games. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'm out, guys. Bye.